Hi, we are Audrey and Masana, a young couple striving for financial independence, self-sufficiency, and a debt-free life. To kickstart our journey to financial freedom, we decided to buy a small farm with no knowledge of farming, building, or homesteading. So join us on our journey as we build, grow, and save.
Hello, everybody.
Hi there.
Yeah, it's hot.
It is. Nice hat.
Thanks, buddy. So we are about to put down some seedlings. We are finding that since we are still learning our climate and our temperatures here, we're finding that if we grow things experimentally first, they kind of do well, because we still don't know what we are actually growing. We don't know what's really going on the plot most of the time.
Yeah.
So yeah, experimenting is one of those ways we've been able to grow some great vegetables.
We don't even know what exactly our zone is, right?
Yeah, no, we don't, not yet. So so everything that we are doing here is experimenting. I want to show you guys something. This is what I wanted to show you. This is baby marrow, or what they call zucchini. And it is so small, but it's already flowering. So we've been removing the flowers as much as we can, but they keep coming back. Is this normal? Should we leave these flowers on, or should we remove them? Should we remove them, Asana?
I don't know. I guess we'll have to do a bit of research on that.
Yeah, because we don't want to just leave them here and then they end up not producing well, but they look too small to be flowering at this stage. Yeah, but this is how they're looking. Let us know in the comments, you guys, if we should remove these flowers or we should just keep them there. Anyway, so we actually have about 100 zucchinis here, you guys, and we're just trying to make sure that they produce as much as possible, because we are planning to actually sell them in the next few months. Anyway, back to experimenting. Today, we want to put down some of our seedlings that we bought. So the experimenting part for us, it's just for us to learn how to grow this type of vegetables, you know, before we actually put them outside. Our main aim on the plot is to make sure that we grow as many vegetables that we can actually sell. But if we don't know how to grow them, then we end up just wasting money. So we have to experiment first, then we grow them on a larger scale. So we have the green shed here. This is where we experiment everything. Because it's covered, it makes it easy for us to control a lot of the things that go in compared to just putting it outside. And when we now decide to plant that vegetable on the outside, then we know that the only thing that has actually changed is the fact that it's now outside and it's not covered. So today we are going to try and put down some vegetables here that we've never planted and see how it goes. But what we really want to show you in this video is, you know, our process of how we've been growing these type of vegetables. I mean, everyone's process is different, but this has actually worked for us, because this is not the first time we're growing the vegetables this way. I know it's not going to look fancy or too different to what other people are doing out there, but I think you guys can pick up a few things as well. But yeah, we're going to show you that process, and Masana is going to take over from here.
I am captain now. Okay, so the first thing we actually need is the soil, right? So what's important to know is that we use a approach called no dig in here, and it's a really good and very convenient way of actually growing. So what we do is we've put cardboard. If you look underneath, there's actually cardboard there, and then there is this straw at the top. So the cardboard underneath actually will stop and suppress any weeds. If you do that, you then put the soil on top, you can actually grow on top of this soil that you just put here. And the reason why this is actually really good is that, for example, if you live in the city or in a suburban area, you don't have that much space, you could literally just take, compost, you could use the same approach, and you could grow extremely healthy vegetables. Like, look at how good our cabbages are growing. Like, they're very, very big. So this approach works very, very well. So I'm just going to go outside, I'm going to get a bunch of sand, and then I'm going to put it here, and I'm going to show you how we actually build our bed.
Yeah, I mean, the Nordic approach also is very helpful in that if you don't have gardening tools that you need to like dig and do all the other stuff, you can still grow your vegetables. All you need is to put cardboard down and then go buy some soil and some compost, and then you have your bed ready to be set up. So it's pretty cool. What kind of soil are we using?
Okay, so this is a goat manure kind of soil. So we have a friend who actually herds goats, and he's been composting this soil for over 12 months. So if you look at it, it's really, really good consistency. It was mostly soil with the goat manure in there. So it's very good, very composted soil. It's very healthy and very dark, as you can see. So initially we were having problems with seeds. It had lots and lots of seeds. So what we had to do as well was cover it with a tarp, and then leave it for an additional 2 or 3 more months, because it was just bringing in a lot of seeds in there. Okay, so the first load has been completed. I'm then going to take this and then put it into our shed. So we then just find a place, and then we pour the soil over there. And that's the nice thing about no dig. It's really not complicated. You can just do it, and then later on, if you don't really like it, you can just change it a little bit later, So the same approach will work again down the road. If you want to change it, you can just put cardboard on something and then put another layer of soil on top and change the complete, structure of your garden. So let's get more soil and finish it up. We really hope that this is actually visible enough, because the sun is literally exactly on top of us, and that can make it really difficult sometimes to have a clear image. But what we're doing right now is that before we actually make the bed, we have to survey, the soil to see if it is fine. So if you're buying, store-bought compost or, something, that you got from somewhere, most of the time it'll probably be okay, because, it'll be fine enough. It won't have any stones, things like that. But because this is soil that we actually got from somewhere, and it's also a combination of the soil we have to make sure it doesn't have any stones. So I just usually go through, is there no plastic in here, and other, roots, things that would actually hurt the seedlings as they're growing. So the bed is now done, and that means it's time for the fun part, actually planting the seedlings. So these are the seedlings that we are planning to plant out today. And all of these are varieties that we haven't really grown before, and we're very excited about them, right? So on this side, we have beetroot. We then here have a red cabbage, right? So we love cabbage as you know here, but we really do struggle with growing cabbage. So we're very excited to see how this will actually perform. And then here we have 2 varieties of lettuces, which we really, really love in this place because lettuces do very well. This is coarse and then this is butterhead, right? So what we're going to plant out here is beetroot, right? So we're just gonna set out some holes in here and then we're gonna put out the beetroot. So usually, this is also just based on, what the actual crop might actually require. So this might just require a bit of research. So we usually do a bit of research to find out, the spacing. So for the beetroot, we're just gonna separate it out on 3s, just like that. So we just make a hole. As you can see, it's very easy to create the spacing here. And I usually prefer to use my hands here because, the soil is just really easy to work around. And also I prefer to just feel when I'm able to plant these out. Most people would advise maybe using gloves. You should probably do that as well. So yeah, after you make up your hole, right, you just, you put the seedling in there. You put it at the base, you make sure you cover all of the root, and then you just firm it up a little bit. We want to make sure that the root is well placed in there and, it is firm. We do the same thing, we make a space, we cover out the root, and then we firm it up in there. Okay, so what we have to do now is mulch the bed. The reason is because we need to lock in the moisture and stop any weeds from forming. What we're going to be using here is this mulch that we're getting. It is wood shavings, and then it's also mixed with horse manure and a bit of straw in there. And the best thing about this is that it is absolutely free. We get it from a stable near where we stay, yeah, it's just all in abundance. So that's what we really love about this mulch. So we just put it all around the plants to make sure that they are fully covered and protected. It will also just add another layer of nutrition. As this mulch is decomposing, it will go into the soil, and it will seep all of those good nutrients and makes these seedlings grow a lot better. Okay, so the mulching is done. So it's time to water. And then we're done. So the watering's done, guys. It's really complete now. We're just gonna wait for the plants to do their thing, which is to grow and produce really nice vegetables. So we don't expect a lot of problems from the crops that are really here, except possibly cabbage. We have struggled with cabbage before in the past, so we will be looking out for cabbage a little bit closely. Once it grows a little bit, we think we're going to cover it with a net. That has been very successful for us, but all of the other ones should be okay. We're just going to make sure we're watering it right, we're putting appropriate nutrition every month, and just monitor for no pests, and it should really be okay. And that's it, guys. Thank you so much for joining, and we'll see you again next time.